What's going on, guys? Vancouver Gaming here, and welcome back to the video. Today I've been talking about tanks for a long time now, for the last couple of episodes of Tank Tuesday. Today I want to talk to you guys about how you can take them out. Now obviously you play Battlefield 1, you know about the Assault class. The main skill of the Assault class, the main purpose of it, is to take out tanks. All four of its gadgets are dedicated to taking out tanks, and all four are designed to do that. So of course those four gadgets that the Assault class has access to are the Dynamite, the AT rocket gun, anti-tank grenade, and anti-tank mine. Now for me personally, my favourites are absolutely the rocket gun and the grenade. The reason being for this is because the rocket gun just has such a long distance on it. The shots are very accurate and like I say, it can travel extremely far. Along with the fact that I believe you have 5 rounds with this thing, so you can do a hell of a lot of damage and have to take out a tank all by yourself, making it extremely valuable. And it's basically like an RPG, although you do have to lie down or at least set up the bipod in order to use it. As far as I remember, it takes 3 shots to take this thing out, which means you can't take out 2 of them instantly, and you do have to take out 1 tank, and then you've got 2 shots left, maybe to do extra damage to the same one if you didn't take it out in the first place, or just do other damage to other tanks. And now for the anti-tank grenade, which is basically just one hand grenade tied to like 5 of them more. It's actually pretty cool. This thing is mainly designed to be sort of mid-range. You can definitely throw it pretty far, but it's not anywhere near the distance of the rocket gun. Again, you could throw it far enough in order to hit a tank that's maybe 20 meters away, but if you're on the distance, you got no hope. Now, one advantage of this thing is you do get 2 of them. They do explode and impact, and actually surprisingly effective against infantry as well. So if you have a combination of a rocket gun and some of these grenades, if you can hit it with 2 rocket gun shots and then 2 grenades, I believe it should go down. Even then, it should be 2 rocket gun shots and 1 grenade, and I believe that's just enough to take it out. And the other 2, the Dynamite, the problem I have with it, first of all, is it's super close. You have to get literally right next to a tank in order to put Dynamite on it. It no longer sticks to tanks like it did in Battlefield 3 and 4, so you literally have to stand there, put it next to a tank, hopefully the tank won't move, and then you can blow it up and get it. And even then, it takes 3 of these things to take down a tank at maximum health. So although it might be a lot of fun to use and pretty cool, it's nowhere near effective as the other 2. Now most of the problem with this one, like I said, you have to go right next to the tank, and it takes 3 of them to take it out. The other option in terms of super close range is the anti-tank mine. With these you usually randomly place them around, and it takes 3 of these again to take out a tank at max health. But what is cool is you can place 3 of them down and actually shoot them. So I guess if you could place 3 of these things down and then put a dynamite on the tank as well, and then blow up the dynamite, you could take out the tank with 1 dynamite and 3 anti-tank mines. Not very effective, and honestly I think it's better again to use the rocket gun and grenade, but pretty funny, and I've had a lot of funny kills by blowing up anti-tank mines next to a tank. So now of course there are different options when it comes to not using the Assault class. Personally I do prefer sometimes not running the Assault class even though a lot of tanks, mainly because I find I do that an awful lot. Now the first one I really love using, and it has its own separate spot because it is so much fun to use, is the Limpet charge, or as the cool kids say, the Lumpy charge. This thing is unbelievably fun. Now, I've mentioned this thing before. Basically what it is a magnetic charge that apparently sticks to walls as well, but you can stick it on the side of tanks, and it actually does, I believe, 38 damage on any tank, which obviously won't take it out and you'll get 1 of them, but it's such a big explosion, and if you place it right you can disable a tank and you can entirely take out a weapon of his. Now what this runs on is a time fuse, so you can stick it in a tank, run away, hide somewhere, and around about 5 seconds later it will blow up and take out that tank. It's super explosive and is highly destructive, so even if you think somebody is inside a building and you think, oh shit, I can't get them, stick it on the side of a wall, blow it up, and it's absolutely going to level the entire building. I'm not even kidding when I say that. If you know the barns that people go inside of, if you stick one of those inside of a wall and blow up the barn, the whole barn collapses. These things are near overpowered, but honestly I like them as they are because I don't think they're overpowered, but the explosion might be a little bit too powerful. Now of course the other options you can go for, the one that everyone's probably thinking, is the light anti-tank grenade, which you can use as a normal infantryman and doesn't really do too much damage. I believe it's 13 and you only get 1 of them. So if you see a tank and you think, oh shit, there's nothing I can do, I guess I'll just throw one of these at it, then you can do that. Of course you can take out tanks with normal grenades, which I've done before, and that's a lot of fun to do. Along with that then, the mortar high explosive variant does decent damage to tanks. Personally, it's not enough that you want to get rid of the Limpy charge in order to use it. I still think that thing is so much fun, it's so powerful, and the high explosive, won't do as much damage. And a lot of the time with the high explosive mortar, you kind of find that your shots aren't landing, not doing as much damage as they could, or in general the fact that you just spend ages trying to hit the tank, and regardless how much damage you do, it just moves away. Of course, then there are the stationary guns as well, which are very effective, and I mentioned before there's tons of different tactics. If you decide that you want to turn around quicker, rather than having to drag all the way across, if you use the WASD keys, or of course on console use the thumbsticks, and actually sort of move your character around, you go so much quicker. That's really effective, and those things are quite fun to use. But you are a sitting duck. You sit on that thing, people from behind you can see you, the tank can see you, puts a shot next to you and you're dead. So it's really not effective if you're right next to a tank. If it's on low health, then go ahead and do it. But if it's at a distance and you can't hit it and it sees where you are, don't even bother. Now the final two, of course, there's the K-Bullet, which is extremely weak damage and really isn't a viable option, I don't find. And of course the last one is Specialist Tanks, and of course the Artillery Truck. The Artillery Truck isn't amazing at taking out tanks. I really think it should be better in a way, but at the same time definitely has its bonuses, and should only get a slight buff in accuracy as opposed to damage. The problem I usually find is that I see a tank, seeing as there's no gauge on the scope, I have to randomly guess where it's going to go. I end up wasting about 2 shots, one of which is distance setting, the other one's a test, and I find that the third shot is actually going to hit. So maybe that thing could be changed. Depends how much they want to change it though, if they think it's too powerful once it gets a change. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't like, share, subscribe. The channel's been doing reasonably well recently, been growing reasonably fast. I really want to keep this going for now, and hopefully we can push and actually get a massive increase at some point. But until then guys, it's Rank Up Gaming, out.